I'm going to go over here and I'm going to point something out now that the pulleys are off. Oh, that's right, I got to do something else here too. Just for the sake of demonstration. Get back in the back of here. Just run a brush right here. Okay, yeah, there we go. So, a little over a week ago or so, when I changed the other belt out, when I had it off, again, like I mentioned earlier, each individual pulley I had spun it and just to test it, and it seemed to be okay. One thing, shine the light on it here, of course, right there, that's my harmonic balancer, and of course, obviously the belt pulley that's part of the harmonic balancer. Well, this, you can see it's good and shiny right now, but it had a lot of baked on oil and some grease from over the years. So, you know, let's see, that's like, go to grab another tool here. That's like obviously 25 years worth of oil and grease. So anyhow, what I did, there we go. What I did was I started to take a rag and started to wipe it off. I had the blue shop towels, the blue paper shop towels, and I had degreaser. And it was just taking off little by little. Some of that stuff was so, you know, hard baked on over the years. It was, I'd say some of it maybe was up to a 1/16 of an inch. I think a lot of it was less, but it was all dirty, grimy, just baked on engine grease and a little bit of, or baked on oil and maybe a little grease too. But what I did is I just took this little, you know, this little putty knife here, even though the belt was off. You know, on these diesels, it's okay to run the engine a little bit, just a few minutes. It's not going to hurt anything, you know, without a serpentine belt. So I figured, hey, you know, I'll just, similar to a lathe technique, I'll just turn that on. Ah, shoot. Get my, there we go. I'm going to use the light off the phone. So what I did is I reached in here on the top while that was spinning, and I was careful too. I kind of lightly held it. At first, you know, just because I didn't want the putty knife getting yanked away from my hand, I went on the top, did a little, and I thought, how about if I go underneath? Just because, as you can see up here, there's just, you know, from the top side here, top side of the engine, as you can see, you know, there's kind of limited access to get to that harmonic balancer. So I just crawled underneath the truck. You know, I didn't even have to. Oh heck, I'll just do it now. As you can see, you know, I didn't even need to put, you know, to jack up the front end or you know, lift it up in any way. Reach it here a little bit. There we go. There it is. And so as it was running, I just and let it as it was running. Get this. Come on, let me get it in focus. As it was running, I just took my tool here, and then it was taking off pretty good, but I saw more residue. So what I wound up doing, is taking the edge of it and working it across a little bit, because just flat itself, it was doing a pretty good job, but I wanted to be even more thorough and maybe to get the job done a little. So I just tilted and used the corner of it and went across and back, and that took it off quicker. And then you can see one good thing, even though this, I think that's the original harmonic balancer in the vehicle too. And the good thing is, it's not wobbling, you know, because there's a rubber ring that separates the inner wheel from the outer wheel. Rubber ring was fine. Well, anyways, what I wound up doing while this was spinning, I took the side of the putty knife because I wanted to clean the sides off, and I just held it up there and let it run, and I think I even did a little bit of that with the edge of the putty knife, just like I did on the top of it. But then I think the most of it I was just kind of holding it flat against there, this, you know, like that, the side of it. And I thought, well, what the heck? Let me see, because I never really took a view on the inside. And then what I did is I came over this side here. Oh, come on, where's that? And I started working the inside of the wheel. You can see I can hold that. So I got, yeah, there we go. You can see. So I busted all that grime off of there, or most of it. You know, there might be still a little bit, but I was really pleased. Just the little putty knife, how it worked. It was great. And so, climb back up here. So now, the good thing is that wheel is all squared away. I'm trying to think what else. So, trying to think if there's anything else in this particular video that I want to cover. Well, I think that's it for now, and then I'll make another video once I get the non-AC belt on here, of course, to you know, to completely bypass, which would be this location here, the AC compressor pulley, and go with this configuration. And again, I looked at that visual a couple days ago, and it looks, you know, I just did a visual, took a pretty close look, and it looks like it'll route just fine and have enough clearance, you know, plenty of clearance to go over the top of that. So I just essentially physically bypass that AC compressor pulley. And then additionally, a lot of guys were saying, well, when they did it with their Cummins Diesel, their Dodge Cummins Diesel, they even wound up getting a few more miles per gallon, which maybe 2 or 3 miles per gallon more, because obviously you're running one less accessory, so that's less work for the engine to do. All right, there'll be another video following this one.